Are you looking to obtain an international teaching job? If so, you may be wondering, do I need a teaching license from my home country to teach abroad at an international school? If that's you, stick around because I'm going to take a deep dive into that question and give you the answer from my own personal experience as an international teacher right after this. Hey guys, my name is Nikki and welcome to My Adventurous Life. This is an eclectic channel that details my journey from being a frustrated public school teacher in America to living a life of adventure, pursuing meaningful work, and experiencing all that this world has to offer. In this video, you're going to get a lowdown on some of the requirements for obtaining an international teaching job. I'm going to talk to you about my teaching license and whether or not you actually need to have one to obtain a teaching job abroad. As always, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And visit my website, nikkiforzane.com, to learn more about how you can transform your unfulfillment into a life of adventure as well. Let's get straight to the point. You don't necessarily need a teaching license from your home country to teach at an international school abroad. In fact, many of my coworkers today don't have a teaching license in their home country. Let's dive a little bit deeper into the specifics though, because I want you to get the full picture. And I want you to make sure that you give yourself the best opportunity to obtain the job you're looking for in your destination country. First of all, most countries are going to have some requirements for either foreign or even domestic teachers. In Thailand, for example, there is a quite lengthy process that most international schools will help you work through to obtain a work permit and permission from the Thai Department of Education to actually teach in schools in Thailand, whether they're public or private schools. In this country, the government has a much stricter set of principles for those who are looking to teach in Thai government schools. But in private international schools, like the one that I teach at, you're able to skip a few of the steps. If you were attempting to teach in the United States as a foreigner, for example, there would be a number of steps you would have to take in order to qualify for that job. First of all, you would need a degree from a four-year institution. Secondly, you would need a teaching license in the state that you're looking to teach in. Thirdly, you would need an endorsement in the specific subject or even grade levels that you intend to teach. And fourth, you would need a criminal background check. There's a lot involved with those processes, including the Praxis 2 exam and usually 6 months of student teaching experience. Here in Thailand, I understand the government schools have a very similar structure in place. But at foreign international schools, you may be able to get around some of these restrictions. That's because these foreign international schools are essentially private schools and they operate by their own set of principles. While they do have to get the okay from the Thai Department of Education, a certain number of staff members are allowed to work and even teach classes at the school without a teaching license from their home country. Don't get me wrong, as you watch this video, having a teaching license from the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, South Africa, or somewhere in Europe is going to help your odds of obtaining a teaching job exponentially. But even if you don't, or if you are coming from the workforce and feel like you have a professional skill that you can provide to classroom students, you may still be hireable. My current understanding of the law in Thailand is that a teacher has about a 6-year period in which they can teach in this country without a license so long as they're endorsed by the school that's hiring them. For example, we had an ICT or computer science teacher at our school last year who had served in the United States Air Force doing systems engineering and operations for the Air Force in a number of different jobs. And he taught for 6 years at our school without a teaching license. He was an excellent teacher. He brought real professional knowledge to our classroom and he really kind of improved the rigor of the coursework in that area. So if you have similar professional experience and you feel like you can offer that to a school, if you're able to market yourself in an effective way to the hiring managers of the school, then you will have an opportunity to obtain employment. Another type of certificate or license that might be helpful in obtaining a teaching job overseas would be a TEFL or TOEFL certification, essentially some kind of online certificate. Usually these courses require 30 to 60 hours of coursework, and they certify you to teach English to foreign language learners. While this is not a necessity, it definitely helps your resume. But the bottom line is, in many countries, not just Thailand, you can obtain a teaching job at an international school. Like anything, getting a job at an international school is a lot about the connections you have, the experience and value you can offer, and the way that you interview. While I would recommend getting a teaching license in your native land before trying to become a career international teacher, you can definitely get started without it. Many of my coworkers who do not have a teaching license currently from their home country have enrolled in online programs. One that I'll link in the description below that seems to be a common choice for many coworkers is an online university. I think it's American-based. It's called University of the People, and it's a cheap, completely online way to obtain an accredited teaching license that is recognized by at least most of the schools here in Thailand. While there are certain countries where it's going to be more difficult to teach at an international school, presumably those will be the more developed countries like in Europe or the Americas, it is definitely possible to get a teaching job without a teaching license. I highly recommend looking into this more. And if you want more information, you can find it on my website, where I've written a few blog posts about this matter. I'll link to them in the description below. And I've also recently written a book that I'll be releasing on my website, NickyForzane.com. If you have any questions, you can leave comments, and I'd love to answer them if possible. Thanks, guys. See you next time.